My safe word will be whiskey.
Sorry, Rod, what was that?
Whiskey.
Your friend's wasted, Anakin.
Check this out!
Pork chop sandwiches.
Freaking pump! I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day!
Oh! Man, he hit his ass with a parking towel, man. Nice.
God, I go to church every goddamn Sunday. You gonna bring the demons out of me?
No matter what you do, I will be proud of you, even if you receive a liberal arts degree. Baby time. It's baby time. Wait, I wasn't finished.
All right, give him the stick. Don't give him the stick.
You know my dad?
Oh, G.I. Joe.
What the fuck? No, this is my hat now. This is totally my hat.
Hello. Sorry. I just hit the Benjamin. Don't know if anybody's here. OBS doesn't tell me stream count or anybody watching like that, but what's up? How's it going? How does my nose look? I was at work this morning. Hello, Kelby Bragg. How's it going? I was at work this morning and so it was a shit day. It's a bunch of heavy stuff that was left on the rollers because I didn't get my trains pulled out, which is where we're supposed to put the heavy stuff. And then there were these big metal tubes. And there's about 15 of them. So I went and told the manager, I was like, you need to move all this stuff and pull fresh trains so I can get rid of this stuff. So they pull them. I got fresh trains to put stuff on. Just picture a giant warehouse with a bunch of heavy stuff. I vape, but it's not nicotine. It's something else. It's another substance. So I started stacking these big metal, like they're like this wide. So like this wide and like this long. They're like really big, not specifically heavy. Hi, Leia. Welcome. Look, my OBS works perfectly. I have my chats. I have my banner. Looks good. But yeah, I was stacking these things up and I went to strap them down so that they didn't fall. And what happens? One of them just goes kaboosh right on my fucking nose. And immediately my nose just started gushing blood. And it is a little swollen. What's up? What's up, Virgo? How's it going? My nose is a little swollen. It was already crooked, so that's not the thing, but I feel like I don't think I broke my nose. I don't know if you can sprain your nose, but I'm smelling colors now, so that's where I'm at with that. And also, thank you to everyone who showed up to my Jersey Maniac stream yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Got a lot of likes, got a lot of views, which doesn't really matter to me, but I appreciate it. I appreciate that everyone showed up and enjoyed the show. I think it was a lot of fun. And yeah, Kelby, I'm okay. It's just my nose hurts. It definitely hurts. I took a nap when I got home from like noon until now. So I was resting and I woke up and I was like, yo, my nose still hurts. What's up, 17 Samurai Spirit Red? How's it going? But I'm still pretty, right? My nose isn't that, it's not that bad. I don't think I broke it, but it definitely hurts. And on to the next thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know how long I'm going to be live. I feel like sometimes it's better to go live than to make a video because I already made a short about it. But I don't know if y'all have seen my short on Instagram or on here, but so that Marvel vs. Capcom Venom pack with Captain America. So don't look at my tan lines. I thought it was a complete redo of the 80th anniversary Venom just in blue, but they updated the arms. Hi, Lily. Thank you. They updated the arms, so the arms are pinless. So we got new arms for the Venom. In fact, no, I don't want to go grab it. I don't want to go deal with my shelf. But yeah. So they updated the arms. They're pinless, and they didn't update the legs, and they did that for both Venom and Omega Red. And this is a perfect example of Hasbro half-assing something. I mean, people are going to buy it. It's locked behind that new Captain America with butterfly joints. That's the whole reason I'm going to get that 2-pack. And now we've got a Venom with pinless arms, and he still has pins in his legs. And it's like, in 2025, if you are releasing a 2-pack and releasing it at a premium price, which is $60, they're all $59.99. At least the 2-packs are. You should do the due diligence to your customers and completely update the figures. Give us new stuff. Do not give us old molds. Like that War Machine is an old mold with a new shoulder piece. And I think it's got a new like chest area, torso, I don't know, but the legs and the arms are old. They've got pins on them. I think the head sculpt may be new as well. So they're swapping things to make it more Marvel versus Capcom-esque. And the thing about that Venom as well in Marvel versus Capcom is he's bigger. He's not like, he's bulky and he's tall. So to give us the retro 80th as Venom and then half updated again, because if you have that 80th Venom, so he was updated from the Life Foundation 3-pack, which came with Riot, Agony, Riot, Agony, and Venom. And the Venom at first had just an ab crunch. He didn't have an upper ball big torso, and also when you used his ab crunch, it would scratch the white spider symbol off because the lip didn't clear the ab crunch, so it would just scrape paint off. So when the Walmart 80th retro card Venom came out, they had fixed that ab crunch area. They'd made the hangover more, like they made it more prominent so that it doesn't scrape on that white spider. And they also added an upper ball peg to the chest, so that way you had ab crunch and upper ball peg like Spider-Man, like whoever. And then they re-released Warpath with X-23 on that same body with the upper ball peg, with the ab crunch, no pinless limbs, and that was earlier this year. So that is on top of it being the Omega Red Buck to begin with, you know, they glued shoulder or knee pads and all that stuff to it and then covered the rest with overlay. But that's the body that they used for Omega Red, and people for the longest time were like, we need Venom on Omega Red, we need Venom on Omega Red. So they did that. And now they're giving us another half-ass update, and it's really upsetting. I just saw the pictures yesterday. Credit to @MrLee on Instagram. I was like, and I had seen Omega Red, and I was like, huh, it looks like his arms are pinless. They wouldn't do that though. They wouldn't go halfway and only do a portion of the arms or a portion of the figure as an update, and of course they would. It's Hasbro. So that is unfortunate, because when are we going to get a pinless 616 Venom? And I think the Omega Red Buck for Venom is perfect. I think that's the perfect size for Eddie Brock. I don't have any problems with them doing one more with fully pinless limbs. I mean, if they had done the blue one fully pinless, that still would not be my Venom because he's blue and he belongs in Marvel vs. Capcom. But I would have been slightly less upset about them putting that Captain America behind it because, you know, it'd be brand new. And the thing about that Psylocke and Thanos 2-pack is their bigger figures were pinless, and when they updated that Thanos and gave him new legs and all that stuff, they made those pinless. And of course the single jointed arms are pinless because they just plug in to, you know, the hinge just plugs into the upper shoulder or the ab, or not ab, the bicep area. So that Thanos was pinless, the Psylocke is pinless. and then you get to that Wolverine that's too big. Just too big. And you can say, oh, but he's bigger in the game. Yeah. But he's wider mostly than taller, because I had a picture in my video that I made of Wolverine next to the in-game Captain America, and he's not that tall. So the thing that they're doing to us is, yes, I'm pinless, Rolando. I'm pinless for now. Like I said, I think I sprained my nose or whatever, but if I broke my leg or my arm or whatever, I probably wouldn't be pinless anymore. But those pins wouldn't be visible, so they'd probably be under my skin in the joint, like an action figure. So yes, I'm pinless. But Venom is only half pinless, and half pinless is half the battle, right? Oh, so Hasbro is constantly doing the thing where they want you to buy new product, and us being fucking suckers, we're gonna buy it too, because they're making hostage packs. And of course they'll probably re-release this Captain America by itself. God, my nose hurts. They'll probably release the Wolverine by itself. They'll definitely re-release the Psylocke by itself. But it's a matter of waiting, and I don't want to wait. So also, it helps that I'm building a Marvel vs. Capcom shelf. And you know, I put Venom in the back. He's standing behind people. His legs aren't visible, but it's still the principle of the matter that if you're doing an update, what's up, Tom? How's it going? If you're doing an update, you should really, by the way, this is all in OBS. I did my stream with Jersey Maniac on StreamYard yesterday, but this is OBS. So if you're noticing any improvements on the stream and quality and all that stuff, it's all thanks to the powerful processing of my computer, because OBS runs through your computer and not through your browser. But yeah, I just, in fact, because now that, look, I can actually show you on my phone screen now and stuff on OBS as opposed to StreamYard, because StreamYard would just make my shit invisible. StreamYard, make my shit invisible. Rita Repulsa. Sorry, I know that's not what she says, but where's Venom? I'm trying to find a post that shows. All right, so like you can see almost. Nope, now it starts to disappear. But I wish you could zoom in on Instagram. You know what? Screw it. Let me see. Where is this? I can do something. Watch what I can do on the fly. Let's see. Video capture device. Oops. And we'll bring this up. StreamYard. And then we'll go to Instagram. And then I will, where is this? Watch this. On the fly. While I'm streaming. Oh, look, my wrong. Don't look at that. I can't. Hold on. That's from my other Instagram page. Why am I doing myself dirty like that? That's insane to me. But oh, it's still up there? No. Oh my goodness. See, I'm still working out the kinks of this here. All right, now let me make myself smaller. Oh my goodness, I am really... All right, make this bigger. There we go, look at that. I've done it. No, not that, Rolando. That is in my past. No longer. All right, let me lock these down. All right, so if y'all can see, Pinless Venom, and I'm credit to Mr. Lee. We got the new Marvel vs. Capcom Captain America, who looks fantastic. And you know, this cable right here that's next to them, is also guilty of the same thing because his metal arm, his 2 legs are pinless, and then his other arm is not pinless, which is ridiculous in my opinion. But you can see the pinless limbs here, and then you got the pins in the legs here on Venom. So it's a bummer. Hasbro should not be doing this. And I just found Mr. Lee's page pretty recently. He's got some really cool stuff, really cool photography. And there's that Wolverine with the Venom with the pinless arms once again. Really, really cool photography. Shout out to Mr. Lee. Go subscribe to him on Instagram. But it's just a shame that they're going for game accuracy, and by doing that, they're completely missing the bar. Like, they're not doing things that are accurate to the game. Venom should be bigger, Wolverine should be shorter, and make them all pinless. You should not be doing pinless releases in 2025, Hasbro. You just should not. Or pinned. You should not have pins in your figures in 2025. You're expecting people to pay, you know, the premium price for these figures. Here we go. We'll just have this on here so you can see while I talk. But it's crazy that something is so hyped and people want it so badly, and then Hasbro's just like, yeah, we're gonna give it to you, but we're gonna make sure that when we re-release this stuff later, updated, you're gonna buy it, because you know they're gonna do a single release of this Venom, and hopefully at that point they do the legs. But this is Hasbro we're talking about, and the head sculpt looks great. I really do like the head sculpt with the green. I just wish they had included a black version of that head as well. That would be cool. So you could have either a blue or black Venom on your Marvel vs. Capcom shelf. But here's the figure. Someone asked me how I got him early. I didn't get him yet. Mr. Lee has him. He's like one of those guys like Isaac Wong who just gets their shit super duper early. Oh, my nose hurts so bad. I wish y'all could understand what it's like to get smacked directly on the nose by a metal tube. And that was a lot of blood, and I'm squeamish when it comes to my own blood, so I was just like, oh shit, am I dying? Is my nose broke? It was a lot of fun. And that looks awesome, like that shield effect for Captain America, and having butterfly joints just adds a whole nother level of dynamic to a Captain America figure. So, putting these two together, for shame, Hasbro. You should have put Captain America with Psylocke. You should put Venom with Thanos. You know, you should have done... You should have done better, Hasbro. You should have done better. Because that way, if someone doesn't need Venom or but they want to guarantee sales. That's why they did this. That's why they put, you know, that's why they put Psylocke. All right, we're gonna hide this now. We're gonna bring me back down. Look at how I'm getting used to it. All right, we're gonna make my monster grow. Get it as centered as possible. There we go. And we're gonna lock that shit down. So yeah, I am not happy with Hasbro. When am I? If y'all saw my Jersey Maniac stream yesterday, we both had our things to say. And we're allowed to say this stuff because we're the people that buy the Hasbro stuff and make Hasbro do this over and over and over because they know they're guaranteed sales with collectors like us. It's like, yeah, screw you, I'm gonna buy it. But screw you. And there's something else I wanted to show y'all as well. I'm not gonna stay on too long, but I figure it'll go like 30 minutes. I was hoping someone would make this figure because, you know, it's been a long time coming. It's been something that we needed, and I'm glad we're finally getting it. I don't know why I did that. If I'm just gonna go back. All right, we'll have to find it first anyway. Here we go. Shame on me. Shame on me. Why do I do these things, y'all? All right, StreamYard visible. So we got Captain Planet, finally. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I could talk about on my rundown next week, but I want to talk about it now. So y'all get a little sneak preview of when I go over new releases and stuff on Thursday, because I don't have any guests lined up for now, for the foreseeable future. Not for the foreseeable future, but for now, I don't have anything scheduled out as far as guests. It's just going to be my members only and my regular Thursday live stream. But yeah, we got Dawson Toys, Captain Planet, and I'm really excited for this because I'm a 90s kid, and apparently it's gonna be like $30. So I'm sure it'll come with like an alternate head and a couple of hands. Yeah, there's an alternate head right there. And for me, I don't care that the head sculpt looks a little anime. It's Dawson making it. They're import figures. So they did what they could to get the figure made, because they can't even call him Captain Planet. I think he's called like something Earth. There you go. Superman and the Planeteer. Superman and the Planeteers? You could call him Superman, but not Captain Planet. Okay, Dawson. That makes sense. Now, the joke's already been made in Mega Powers, but I am also of the boat that someone needs to make a custom Don Cheadle head for this Captain Planet figure. Because we need a Don Cheadle Captain Planet who just turns motherfuckers into trees. Turns them into shrubberies and shit when they're polluting the planet. So everybody. Turn them all into fucking trees, Don Cheadle. At this point, turn everybody into a goddamn tree. Because we deserve that. As people, that where we are, because of other people, we'd all deserve to be turned into shrubberies. So I would love to get a Don Cheadle head for this and have that. I don't know where the hell it would go in my collection, but that's the thing with stuff like this, is it doesn't need to go somewhere. I can just throw it wherever, or just keep it in my filming area and use him for comparisons. He looks great. I'm really interested by this double torso articulation, because it looks like he's got articulation at the chest. You've got a middle cut, and then you've also got, the bottom, the torso with the abs and all that stuff. So what's up, Stu? Well, I'm glad it doesn't look terrible, because I thought I broke it this morning, but it just hurts a lot and it's kind of swollen. Like, it is swollen. I know for a fact it's ever so slightly swollen, but maybe that's what I needed, because my nose was already crooked. So maybe I just straightened it out. I don't know. But Dawson Toys, Captain Planet, let us return to the moss. Absolutely, Tallulah. Oh, let me move this up because, oh wait, no, the chat should be fine regardless. Right? They should show up. But yeah, I am definitely hyped for... Did I cover up? Oh, I did. See, I still haven't worked that out. I covered up my chat. I'm still working out the kinks with OBS, y'all. I'm not perfect. I may look perfect. I may act perfect. Well, fuck it. I am perfect. But even perfect people make mistakes, right? All right, there we go. Now the chat is visible. It gives me character. Well, thank you. I'm just glad it's not like obnoxiously, disgustingly broken for ToyTuber Expo next weekend, because that'd be funny. I just go in there and I look disfigured. They'd be like, what the fuck happened to you? Oh, I have a job, so I'm not the best at not hurting myself at work. I've talked about my bruised legs before, and that's because of my own way that I do shit, which is I use my thick ass thighs as an anchor point to pick up heavy boxes, and then as soon as I get tapped, I get a damn bruise. Working out the kinks is a place to be in. Now. But yeah, Dawson, Captain Planet. All right, we're just gonna do a little look-see-loo, because now look what just came in stock after I just shipped my pile of loot. Vega is in stock. Damn it. I would have shipped Vega and Sagat at the same time and probably done Vega first, because he looks a lot cooler. He's just a pretty boy who doesn't want to mess his face up, much like Riley here, who got hit in the nose. But Vega kind of has a perfect face, and that's why he protects it with that mask. I don't know if you have watched Street Fighter 2, but one of the best fights in the movie is Chun-Li in her pajamas, or the animated movie. Chun-Li in her pajamas fighting Vega. It's a pretty good fight. Pretty good fight. But this looks to be an awesome character, and it sucks that the average price for these guys now is $30. Look at that. He's climbing the steel cage. By God, it's a slobber knocker. Yeah, sorry. I really dig whoever did these promo shots. They did a fantastic job with Vega. He can take his claws off, which is cool. Yeah, he comes with all this can be yours for the low price of $30. And you know what? Damn it, I'll pay it because I really want to complete. And we're almost there. We need Zangief. We need, is it Akuma? We need E Honda. Who else? Balrog? They're all bigger figures now. Like, all these guys are going to be $34. I hope you know. Hopefully, some of them they'll make $29.99. Maybe, I doubt it. Balrog will be $30. So, we're getting close to the end of the Ultra Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition line. And that's why Jada is now pushing out to do Alpha. And I don't think that when Jada started working on Alpha, they knew that Storm Arena was doing Alpha as well. Because I heard, I forget what his name is, but the guy that runs Jada, I heard him say that because there's direct competition with the Alpha line, they will have to see how it does to see if it continues. But for me, I'm sure the Storm Arena figures are better. They're cheaper as well. So I don't know. It's a hard choice because I haven't seen Storm Arena's Chun-Li yet. I haven't seen Storm Arena's Cammy yet, and I haven't seen Jada's Cammy. I've seen their Chun-Li. She looks fine. Head sculpt looks a little wonky, but it's prototype. They can fix that. So I don't know. The Storm Arena Ken is out. It is available to pick up. And the funny thing about that is, here it is. The funny thing about that is he's $30, and then Ryu is still up for pre-order for $26.99. And this is definitely a more Marvel vs. Capcom Ryu, so I may pick up this Ryu if the timing works when it hits my pile of loot. Because I just want to know. I want to know exactly what the Storm Arena line is doing. With their figures and articulation and design and all that stuff. And I want to see that directly next to Jada with a 1-to-1 comparison. So maybe if I get any of these Storm Arena ones, I mean, if they announce Chun-Li, that'll be the one I get. But this Ryu looks fantastic. He's probably going to get hit with a tariff surcharge, knowing the way things have been going. But for right now, he's $26.99 for pre-order, while Ken is $30. And these head sculpts look lovely. So yeah, I don't really know. I'm on the fence about Jada or Storm Arena. It's hard to decide. Oh fuck, these are here. All right, y'all ready to hear me talk shit about McFarlane? Oh, I got hit in the nose with a giant metal tube at work, and it started bleeding really bad, Matt, and it's kind of swollen. I don't know if it's really that apparent, but it is swollen. Like, it hurts. Like I said earlier, I'm smelling colors, so maybe it just opened up because I've also had like a really bad sinus infection, or not sinus infection, but like runny nose and congestion and all that stuff, because it was like blazing ass hot last week, and now it's like 70, 75, 73 degrees during the day. Oh yeah, that's what happened. I was accosted by McFarlane groupie, but you should see them. You should see what happened to them. Okay, so these guys, these are the McFarlane Mortal Kombat figures. They're $30. What do they come with for $30, may you ask? That. A stand and an extra pair of hands. Yeah, start rumors, Stu. Go ahead, do it. Say that Rowdy Riles is getting in fights now. $30 for this here Subs. For this here Sub-Zero, it could be all yours for the low price, $30. 30 doll hairs. It looks like shit. It's too plain. No card. No collector's card for these guys. Just a pair of hands and a stand. Handstand. You get a hand and you get a stand. Haha. So $30 for these pieces of shit. We got Sub-Zero. So I hope that these fail. I hope that these fail terribly. I hope that these crash and burn. But on Entertainment Earth, for some reason, Liu Kang is already... Is this Liu Kang? Yeah, he's already sold out for $30 on Entertainment Earth because people are foolish. People are fools. No card, no Stu. I'm glad you know where your boundaries are, Stu. Look at these lovely pins in his arms. What's up, CJ? How's it going? Thank you for popping in. I'm talking shit about McFarlane. What else is new? Ooh, look at his face. He looks kind of like a baby. Speaking of babies, did y'all watch the new episode of South Park? They made JD Vance like this big. It was funny as shit. And then he kicked him. I was like, oh, that sounds about right. $30. You get a handstand. You get a hand and some stands. That's all you get for $30. So, you know, that Vega was $30 and you get the accessories, the swappable hands, the mask, the effect piece for his claws. McFarlane for $30 for a fighting game. You get a set of hands and a stand. Go fucking figure, you know? But, and like I said, I'm not talking shit about people that collect McFarlane, but there is a certain group of McFarlane collectors that feel like Mr. Todd can do no wrong. And they are frothing at the mouth for these Mortal Kombat figures when Storm doesn't make Mortal Kombat anymore. They don't have the license. They lost it. Their last figure was last year. And now here comes Todd to pick up the slack. They're in the same scale because they're 1/10 and all that shit. And look at this. At least Scorpion comes with his signature weapon, like Sub-Zero, no ice effects, no nothing like that. But he doesn't even have extra hands. $19.99 would be fine, but throw in some flair and an extra head or more hands. This is Todd we're talking about. I thought for sure, oh, he's got his little spike rope. He's going to have some extra hands. No, just that. So you lose the hands and you get his get over here thing. Kunai on a rope. Kunai on a rope. So Mr. Todd and your McFarlane toys. Fuck you. Fuck you. Because in this day and age, when you raise the price and you're charging $30 for shit, 36 pieces of flair. Would Todd ever include that much flair? I doubt it. Oh, like I said, I'm smelling colors, y'all. I'm feeling it. God, my nose fucking hurts. I'll be all right though. But yeah, that's really it as far as McFarlane. Extra hands, McFarlane, since when? Exactly. All right, let me hide this. Let me bring my pretty face back down here. Because we got the chats rolling in. What's up, Kaiju? You missed me talking shit about McFarlane and his $30 Mortal Kombat figures. See how I could just do this on the fly? Do whatever I want. It's my stream. I'm the captain now. CJ, I got bonked at work by a big metal tube and started bleeding like a stuck pig. And it is swollen. So like it looks a little puffy. It hurts. Like that hurts. I feel like I knew it was crooked before because I don't know if y'all noticed, but I've got a scar on the side of my face. But I feel like maybe it got a little more straight because it literally went kapush, right? And the only thing it hit was my nose. And immediately I just felt that, you know how you feel that wetness from blood? It was like dripping, and then it was like boom, and I was like, ah! And then I don't think it's broken, probably sprained if you can sprain your nose, or just really, really battered. Like, and then my boss is like, oh, do you need a first aid? And for them, first aid is like sitting in the office and reporting it, and it's like, if I had broken my arm or my ankle or something, like something vital, then yeah, I would have sat in the office, got my due diligence, and gotten my payday. But I just bonked my nose. It hurts. It definitely was an experience. I've never hit my nose that fucking hard before. Stop cosplaying Cyrano, Steve Martin from Roxanne. I understood that reference. But yeah, I was like, no, I'm not gonna sit for an hour and a half to say, oh, I hurt my nose. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that type of person. I don't care that much. I only care that my beautiful face is intact. And it is. So at least there's that for me. I wish there was like a center button, because it's bothering me that this isn't centered. My face is beat to shit, so I just mean, I relate. Your face is fine, CJ, don't say that. We all have our rough days, we all have our good days where we look like angels, right? So, and that includes everyone in the chat, men, women alike. We all have our day where we look fucking angelic, and then we have our day where we look like a fucking demon. And it happens. It's just the way humans are. We can't be perfect every day. But yeah, I'm upset about the Venom thing. I'm laughing at, okay, so back to the McFarlane fans who think he can do no wrong. You know, every time I troll McFarlane on a new release on his Instagram page, because I'm following McFarlane Toys on Instagram specifically to see what shit he's releasing next. And every time I say, oh, this is garbage. I just started doing one word things now. Poopy. And I will get like 3 or 4 replies to them saying, you are a hater. You don't know. McFarlane is the best. Todd could do no wrong. Yes. Cheers. And it's fine to collect what you enjoy. That is not the point that I'm making when I'm talking shit about McFarlane. I am tired of these toy companies making shit and being like, well, this is all they get. This is all the only option they have, so they're gonna buy it. And that's McFarlane in a nutshell. So him having DC the last 2019, the last 5-6 years, people were buying it because they had to. And now they have Stockholm syndrome because they got this whole collection of 7-inch scale figures, and everyone's like, oh, are they going to be 7-inch? Are they going to be 6-inch? Blah, blah, blah. The thing that Mattel needs to do, the thing that Mattel should do, is make these figures scale with Marvel Legends when they get to DC. They should scale with Marvel Legends. They should not be 7-inch scale. We have our 7-inch DC stuff. Ugh, my freaking nose. I want him to do better because he could really knock it out of the park with just a bit more effort. Yeah, but the thing is, Todd's been validated. He's been validated for so long just releasing shit that I think he has this false sense of, oh, my shit don't stink. I got rid of ceiling mirrors years ago. Come on, Matt, don't be hard on yourself. I know you have grandkids. You wouldn't have grandkids if you didn't look like an angel at least some of the time. Let me just say that. And it's the same thing with Hasbro. It comes back to, and I'm part of the problem with Hasbro. It comes back to people buying shit even though it's not right, it's not perfect. But with Hasbro, at least there's the excuse that it's in a hostage pack and you don't know when you're going to get that other figure. Like, I'm fine with having the Thanos that came with Psylocke because I have a direct Marvel versus Capcom shelf. And do y'all mind that it just highlights your chats? Let me make them bigger. I think I can make them bigger. Do y'all mind that it just brings your chats up on screen as opposed to me pulling them separately? Because I am able to read them. I do have them to the side. In a cozy sweatsuit with wild hair, eating a sandwich and fresh strawberries, blazed out, vibing with y'all on the stream, and with my Chihuahua and orange tiger cat. Sounds like a lovely day to Lulia. Sexy is a state of mind. It indeed is. It indeed is. But you know, at least with Hasbro, we're getting some new stuff. McFarlane is just outdated, old design, 2023, 2020 mentality where, oh, it's passable. Passable is not worth our money these days. I'm watching the prices of groceries very carefully, like I always do, because when I go to the grocery store, the things that I get generally cost the same amount. I'll get some random stuff here or there, but most of the time when I'm going to the grocery store, I know exactly what I'm paying. And that changed recently, you know, with COVID, everything went up. The next few years, everything went up. As soon as Trump announced his tariffs, things went up like 15, 20 cents, 30 cents, a dollar. And then he's announcing more tariffs. So shit's going to go up more. And it's not fair that not only do we have to pay more for groceries, but we're paying more for the same shit when it comes to hobbies. Like action figures can go up, but a lot of these companies are not going to improve or give us more for that price because they're, you know, trying to save money. They're trying to make money as well, which is understandable. But this shit should not be passed along to the consumer. It's really, I'm so ready for independent action creators to completely take over. And that's the thing, Tallulah. I would love to see that. But are they going to even exist here in a couple years? Because to be an independent, and this is why, like, if I would do a Kickstarter, I would need a lot of help. I would need people that have logistical, that have you know, hookups, have already done it, because the cost of plastic, I know y'all know this, but plastic is oil. Oil is expensive. Oil is going to go up. Most of the things that we use are petroleum based and make. So not only do you have to pay for the oil to make the plastic, you gotta pay for the molds. You gotta pay for the machines that you know, fill the molds, the injection molds, all that stuff. You gotta pay for the paint. You gotta pay for the distribution. You gotta pay for the storage. So I really hope that smaller toy companies thrive and flourish and are giving us the shit that we really want and continue to do so. But a lot of small businesses, which includes toy companies, are going to get fucked so hard. Anyone that makes like metal stuff, like, you know, they make trailers, pipes, whatever. If you're directly making that and buying, you know, steel and all that stuff, because we don't produce that stuff here. We don't produce steel here. We used to, but for the sake of capitalism and pennies to the dollar, we import that shit. A lot of our steel comes from Canada, who Trump is absolutely fucking over. And these are just facts. This isn't political. These are just facts. Toy dinosaurs are plastic. Plastic is from fossil fuels. Toy dinosaurs are made from real dinosaurs. Yes, by that logic, they are. But apparently oil is not only just like dinosaur bones. Apparently oil continues to be made deep down in the earth. So it's not like it is definitely harder to get, but it is constantly being made. But the rate that we're consuming it, we will run out. And if we don't run out, it's just going to be, hi Leia, welcome back. It's just going to be astronomically expensive. Like for instance, last week, before August 1st, Plant Matter, yes. Before August 1st, gas was $2.95 around me. $2.95. Last week, it shot up to $3.17. And I was like, what the fuck? I just paid under $3 a gallon. And isn't the crazy world where that's a good deal? Under $3 a gallon, yeah, for something that's so plentiful that we have gallons and gallons and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of gallons locked away in our oil reserves. Oil reserves. And then we have all these deals with like Saudi Arabia and all this shit. And then you're going to take away like a couple $1 billion in funding for solar, when that is the way, solar, wind, water, that is the way to move away from this shit. But no, you just want us to pay more and more and more for it. So gas has settled like $3.05 a gallon now. I'm just gonna try to constantly keep my car topped off. Like I just shoved like $12 into it and it didn't even need it, but it was just slightly under full. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna top this bitch off because I could drive an hour to and from work. Maybe the action figure biz can come up with a way to repurpose plastic waste. That would be nice. And I'm sure they do reuse a lot of the plastic when it comes to like the excess for the molds and stuff. But Rudy's forehead produces quite a bit. It indeed does. Haven't heard anything about that guy for a while. I wonder when South Park will get to him. All right, let's talk. Did you all watch the new South Park episode? Please let me know if you did. Like, it's once again, it's fucking hilarious, and I don't want to spoil it, but if so, it's mostly roasting Kristi Noem. I guess we are getting a little political, but this is South Park we're talking about, so it's fine. And if you didn't know, Kristi Noem wrote a book where she said that she put down her puppy because it wasn't doing a good job at like hunting quail or some shit like that, you know, some rich. So it was like an 8-month-old puppy, and she's like, oh, it's broken. So she just ended up putting it down instead. So there's a running joke in this South Park episode about that. And it's so funny. I didn't think it would be that funny, but welcome back to the same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around. Spoil it. I don't want to spoil it for people. I mean, it's still worth watching regardless. But okay, so the only thing I'll say is she just starts every time she sees a puppy, she's like, "Look out!" She just blah 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 blah, just blasts the fucking puppy, and it happens like 10 times in the episode, and every time it's hilarious. So, and apparently she's not happy about that. She's like, "It's lazy." Oh, it's lazy to tell the truth now, sweetie. Yeah. No, it's lazy to be a fascist. That's what's lazy. But yeah. She said it smelled bad, so she had to take care of the smell by taking care of the goat. Like, what? She wrote this in a book, y'all. She wrote this and admitted to it. So it's not like anyone is taking anything and twisting her words. No. She straight up said, I'm gonna shoot this puppy and I'm gonna shoot this goat. And I did do it. Welcome back, Cotter Lyrics. Oh, okay. It's all good, Stu. Some of the references I get, some of them I don't, and that's fine. But yeah, South Park, watch it, please. They are on a hot streak, and it's funny because, you know, they say it's irrelevant and all that stuff, but it is the most streamed, most watched show in America right now is South Park. So, who's irrelevant? Who's relevant? I would say the person that made $1.5 billion is more relevant than most of the people, especially when they're using that money to troll. And the funniest thing is the new Paramount CEO said, we stand with South Park. Like, of course you do, because you just gave them $1.5 billion. Yeah, last week's show was also good. They skipped a week. Apparently that was the plan to begin with. Everyone was like, oh, they're backing to no. South Park did not back down in the slightest. Just as funny, just as on the nose, just as up to the minute on the pulse of what's happening. I know for a fact that there are doctors in Columbus that have put down their pet dogs because they were inconsiderate. Oh, you're just being inconsiderate. Relax, guy. Relax. I'm just gonna put you down because it's more convenient for me instead of rehoming or whatever. Like, tell me that you don't know how to take care of pets without taking care of pets. Yeah, exactly, CJ. It's fucking wild. And these are the people in charge. Go figure, America. Go figure. Yeah, this isn't one of my propers. I can talk about whatever. This is my channel. I can talk about whatever the hell I want. So, for anyone who comments, oh, I was enjoying until you got political. I do what I want. It's convenient. This is my channel. I'm doing really good. Like, I've cut back a lot on these, y'all. You should be proud of me. So I used to blast through a cart in like half a week. Now, I opened this thing on Sunday last week. It's Friday. And I still have, can you see that? I still have like a quarter of this thing left. And I got a new cart. It's Blue Dream. I'm being good. I'm not opening it. Denmark is asking for house pets to feed their big game kitties. Is that true, Matt? Is that true? To feed their, what do you mean big game kitties? Do they have like tigers and lions as pets? There's this one Instagram page that I follow that has this, I don't know what kind, I don't know if it's an ocelot or whatever. I mixed up the two hags, Gnome and Mace. I mean, to be fair, they're pretty interchangeable when it comes to their views and what they say, which is a bunch of nonsense. So it's easy to I mean, yeah, it is. It has, and you're right, CJ. I've never held back on what I feel, and that's because I want my viewer base, and I watch the numbers. I watch me lose 3 or 4 subscribers when I make a post saying something like "Free Palestine," which shouldn't be political. It should not be political to want a whole fucking country, or just to be free, to be safe, to have food, to not be bombed for existing just because you want some territory. It shouldn't be political to say that. But unfortunately, we live in a world where Netanyahu is wanted for war crimes by, the court of law that deals with that stuff, the global authority, and no one's doing shit about it. They're just letting this man, like, someone do something, someone go in there and grab his little bitch ass. And I like how he liked to call people saying "Free Palestine" neo because no, sir, there's no neo in front of it. You are a straight up Hitler right now. And it's crazy to me that you're the leader of Israel and you're fucking Hitler, because you are doing what was done to the Jewish people 80 years ago. And immediately after that, this is the thing. People don't understand this. Immediately after World War II, when Israel was established and all that stuff, and you know what they did? They immediately occupied Gaza and Palestine. They were immediately there from 1948 until now. So give or take 80 something years, they have been hurting these people and having an open air prison and controlling the flow of electricity, food, water to these people. And then they finally got fed up with it and started, okay, we're gonna go off on a tangent here because I want to talk about it. My girlfriend doesn't like to talk about this stuff, even though she knows what's going on, because it upsets her, which is fair. But Hamas was created by Israel. Israel deposed Palestine's government proper, and they propped up Hamas because they're like, oh, look at this, we're gonna put a radical terrorist group in control, and then we can just go in and take it out. So they set this whole thing up. They destabilized Palestine's government. They made it so Hamas could go in there and do their thing. And then when Hamas retaliated for what they're doing, they started a war. Starving kids on purpose is absolutely bullshit. You rebel with compassion. How dare I? How dare I? So much like the U.S. creating the Taliban and training the Taliban, George Bush Sr. did that. Israel created Hamas simply to further their own means. And I'm not saying they straight up created it, but they made it possible for that vacuum to be filled with Hamas. So anything and everything that Israel says is inaccurate and false. Much like our regime network Fox News, anything and everything that Fox News says is false. It is propaganda and it is a lie. So people, please wake up. And I'm glad that I'm seeing it. I'm glad that these people holding town halls cannot escape the booze. They cannot escape the people trying to hold them accountable. Now, are they letting themselves be held accountable? Absolutely not. But whether it be a year from now, whether it be 5 years from now, every single person doing these things that's in power right now will have their day in court, and they will suffer the consequences. Now, I'm not saying all of them are going to live that long, because some of them are fucking old. And by some, I mean one old, rotten, smelly, orange-colored piece of fucking shit. Who knows how long that guy has left? Not long. Dude is running around on the roof of the White House dancing and just saying the craziest shit, which is a clear sign of dementia. Oh, we're going to hold our press conference on the roof today. The roof, sir? Yeah, the roof. Are you going to jump? No, not today. I feel like just talking and dancing. Yeah, we were propagandized 50 plus years ago. It's always Always propaganda. The news is propaganda. I wonder how many people watch Fox for entertainment only, kind of like National Enquirer when newspapers were a thing. Unfortunately, I think that people watch Fox as an information source, and it's not information. It's not a source. It's a source of toilet paper. It's a source of subjects to wipe your ass with. But yeah. Oh, that went a different way than I thought. But you know, I have a head injury. I have head trauma, so that's why politics came up. Above my swollen little nose. It is definitely swollen. It looks like I got stung by a bee, and it's still crooked, which is fine. But yeah, that's my little tangent for today. Now, tomorrow I will be doing a members only stream because it's Saturday. So try to keep my schedule Thursday and Saturdays. And then of course we have the random live streams like this where I'm just like, I took a nap. I want to talk about stuff. So that's why I did this. But now that I've been up for a little bit, I'm getting hungry because I ate breakfast this morning and that was at like 9:30 and it's what, 5:30 now. So I think I deserve a snack or something. So I'm gonna hop off here. Thank y'all for showing up to my random little stream, putting up with my nonsense. I hope y'all like the new setup, the OBS. I think it looks pretty decent. I like that I can change the shape and size of things on the fly, as opposed to StreamYard being in control of that. And I just think it looks better. I think the stream quality is better. I think the sound quality is better. My arms don't disappear when I do this shit. And I can go behind myself and my hair doesn't disappear from the green screen. So no, thank you, CJ. Thank you for being a mod, and thank you for always showing up and showing support. And Leia as well, my other mod, thank you. I don't know if you're still here. Yep, there you are. Thank you for being a mod. I know you probably haven't had to do much, which is good, but just wait until I go vertical live in the toy room. That's when the real shit happens. And I also get a bunch of subscribers from that, but then they watch my other stuff and they unsubscribe. But it's fine. We just hit, let me see it, because we may have gone up a little bit before I go. We just hit 3624. So we've got 3,624. Yes, peace out, Stu. Thank you for showing up. 3,624 subscribers. So I appreciate every single one of you. You can show your appreciation for me, but if you want, by becoming a channel member. But I'm seeing a lot of green in here. I feel like everyone in here is a channel member for the most part. So you know how it be. Thank you all for the support. I love y'all. I will see you next time. And bye-bye. Mwah.
Just wait 1 minute. I'm watching this new Rowdy Rawls video and it's really awesome. I don't want to miss it. It's like this chick that reviews action figures and it's really freaking cool.
Yes, I think they saw some videos. There's some really good contents out there, you know?
She reviews the ponies and stuff because you knows I love ponies.
She doesn't review ponies. It's freaking cool stuff, Toki.